Before we start the video, I just want to announce about my new initiative for the Seahorse Trust. I'm designing Seahorse merch, mainly t-shirts and hoodies. First one was No Bright Lights Please, which has sold quite successfully to date. And now I've decided to contact designers around the world and see if they'll do limited edition designs for the Seahorse Trust. The first is by Justin Carmack, aka Critter Hunter of YouTube fame. Check out his channel, and he's designed this shirt for us now. It's limited to 100 items, so there's only t-shirts or hoodies. So once we've sold 100, that design is no longer available, and that explains why it's slightly higher priced than the other items. So please help me support the Seahorse Trust and buy some merch. Now let's get into it. Welcome to another edition of my GoPro and Paralenz journey. And boy have I been busy. I've built my ultimate Paralenz and GoPro rig, and I've done an upgrade on my cameras now, which I'll explain. On one of the cameras I'll explain why. But here it is. This is a frame that I bought from AliExpress. You've seen the floats before, again, AliExpress. I did take a prototype of this on my last trip to the Maldives, and as you'll see in the shot now, I managed to get it perfectly balanced. But there was a cost to that. I had to remove the Paralenz, and I had to remove my macro lens, and I need those up. So I thought, right, what am I gonna do? So let's look at putting a system where I can change in and out the floats very easily. On that video you just saw, these are actually put on with cable ties on the bottom. So what have I done? I've made a new plate so I can put these on the bottom. There you see, I had to modify one to fit the handle because I didn't have another one of these. But now I can change out floats, I can move the position slightly. So if you look over here, yesterday these floats arrived. I didn't think they would arrive in time, but they did. So I can now show you what my plan is. So I'm going to the Maldives. Obviously I'm not going to take this small one, but I've got two larger ones. So now I can see if I can get it perfectly balanced with the additional weight on. The plate weighs a bit more as well, and I'll explain what this is. That weighs a bit. So let's see if with one of these I can get it perfectly balanced again. So I custom made this plate. It's made in aluminium. I decided to be fancy, have it powder coated. As previous, it's got two GoPros on. This is a GoPro Hero 8. There's my Paralenz, and this is my brand new GoPro Hero 9, which comes in this beautiful box. And I've set it up for close-up and macro using the Backscatter ×15 Macromate Mini, which I had before on my Hero 7, and I've also added the ×10 close-up, which I've just purchased. So this is their flip filter system. They won't sell you the components, you know, it's a bit annoying. So you have to buy the filter system and then buy the accessories to put on, and then I'm not using the filters, right? So I don't know why you can't buy the components individually. I was a bit annoyed with them because I had a system this on a Hero 7, and I said, can I just buy a new frame? No, you can't. You've got to buy the full kit. You know, okay, I understand you've got to make money, but do you want to keep customers happy and loyal? But anyway, it is what it is. I don't have an alternative, so they've got me by the short and curlies, as we say. I did ask them, would they sell me at dealer price? No. I did ask them, do you have an affiliate marketing scheme? No. So, you know, for YouTubers, Backscatter is not really friendly. But anyway, in the scheme of things, it matters very little. So I've gone for a Hero 9. Why have I gone for a Hero 9? Well, there's two reasons for that. One, on my Hero 7, I didn't have a narrow lens setting, I only had linear. And I want to try and push the GoPro to see what macro results we can get. Yes, it's not going to be like a TG6, but I just want to experiment and find out, so my viewers who like using GoPros can see what they can do with the camera, So I'm doing the experimentation for them. So I'm looking forward to use this. When I travel with it, I am going to have to take this top one off. It comes off very easy. They supply the Allen key, and the Hero 9, let me just put that down, along with the chargers I'm going to mention in a minute, all fit in there. I've modified the box, I've cut that out so I can put the Hero 9 in its super sweet housing straight in there. Oops, I've just noticed, you can see it's new, I've still got the sticker on. Oh, we'll take that off later. That was good, I could have jumped in the water with that on. So remember to take that off. And the great thing with this system is you can, when you put it out of the way, it just clips back and stays there. The other reason that I bought a Hero 9, and I may upgrade to Hero 9s, or I may get a Hero 10 when they come out, I like to wait a while and see what people think about them first, is I'm still having problems with the Hero 8s. And it's one of the reasons I have two on the frame, because you can go underwater and you're switching it on and off to take clips. I don't like to run it for the whole dive. I like to just photograph or video something, sorry, and then make another clip. It makes putting videos together a lot easier and cleaning up the footage. The Hero 8 doesn't like that. When it gets to about 75–80% power, it just won't go back on again. It's not a battery issue, it just doesn't like that. Doesn't happen with the 7, doesn't happen with the 5, so it's annoying. And that's, people ask me, why have you got a Paralenz? You know, look at my Paralenz videos. I'm not the biggest fan in the world of the Paralenz, but I will give it its due. You know, it works every time. The battery life on 4K may be abysmal, but you can switch it on and off throughout the dive knowing it's going to work. But I also have the Paralenz there because I've got that on wide angle, because that's the only choice you get, or fairly wide angle. I run the Hero 8 on linear, which means I can be further away from things like sharks and stuff and still get a reasonable image, and I run this on narrow. That's the reason for getting the Hero 9. I've not used it. When I go to the Maldives, it's going to be the first time. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope it hasn't got this same problem as the Hero 8. These are the floats. You'll see this device that I've put on here. This is just a Jubilee clip with a fancy fabric cover, and then I've got a double ender, put a D-ring on, and you'll see, if we go around to the back, I've got this on, that secures to my BC. These also secure to my BC up here, and this one secures to my crotch strap. And you'll see the footage now. It's absolutely perfect. So I can clip that on, jump in the water. If I don't want to film if the fizz is terrible or there's a really strong current, I can just clip it all off, nice and neat and tidy, and haven't got to worry about it. So really pleased with this. I've got one more thing to do, because this also arrived yesterday. This I already had, and I've got my last one of these. I need some more of these. I'm going to order some. I'll explain why when we look at the macro setup. What I'm thinking of doing, or I'm going to try and do before I go tomorrow night, may work, may not. Tap that into there like that, so that'll be on the tray. So we'll have that like that. It's an experiment. I think it'll work. So that will actually be on the front like that. I can fold it out of the way. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet, but I'll figure it out. So then, if I want to hold the camera steady for a macro shot, I'll be able to just rest it like that and hopefully give a more stable image. And then it's there, right? It's absolutely there as my GoPro setup. I've been very pleased with the Orca Torch D910Vs. They've got 3 settings. Battery life is amazing. They're so easy to charge with the external charger. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. Now you might be looking at this and saying, well, you know, how do you carry that around when you go on vacation? The next video is going to be about how I pack this all up to go on holiday. So I'm going to do that tomorrow anyway, so I thought I might as well show you what I do. So that's kind of like the standard rig done, right? Let's just talk about, I had a terrible time buying a Hero 9. I could buy the camera here locally in Dubai, but I couldn't buy an original housing. I've been wanting to buy it for a couple of weeks. I tried to buy it from Backscatter to just sell me the housing. No, we're not selling outside the US. GoPro. I mean, what a silly policy. I am a subscriber to GoPro. I did try and buy it through the app, guess what? They charge you a lot more for the camera, and then they give you a 50% discount on the Super Sweet housing, and they say if you order over $500 it's freight free. It isn't, because once you've done all that, they then whack you with a shipping charge. Bear in mind, we're then going to pay between 5 and 10% to the shipper who brings it in for VAT, some import duty and all of that. It's just not worth it. You know, again, I mean, I'm going to cancel my GoPro subscription. It's not worth it if you don't live in Europe or America. And they charge Europeans more than they charge Americans. And I can buy products here cheaper than buying it, being a subscriber. For me, it's a rip-off. So the only good thing about it is they will keep all your images in the cloud forever, they say. But I found that unreliable as well. So I'm going back to keeping it all on a hard drive. So that's why I'm using Telesyn batteries. Can't get spare batteries. You know, looked on Amazon, no original batteries. And I haven't got time to run around the market into malls and shops and see if I can buy them there. You know, I'm in my 60s. You know, I'm an old man. I love online shopping. If I can't buy it online, generally I'm not going to buy it. But I do like this charger. Look at that, isn't that? You can take 3 batteries. It's compact. So I'm hoping these batteries work. I've bought Telesyn products before. I am quite happy with them. And that and the batteries will sit in there nicely. Nice and safe for me to travel. Let's talk about my macro setup. Now, some of you have seen this before. There will be a recommended video right at the end. Is how I made my tripod. I think it was $60 tripod. This is my Orca D530V. When I did the review on the Orca Torch D910Vs, I did say I was going to get to use this later on. Now I've kind of spent some time. This is my old frame. I didn't like it because it was very heavy. But that's what you want when you're doing. Oops, I've not tightened that up enough. There we go. But that's what you want when you've got a tripod. You want it heavy to stay in place, because this is just going to be for macro. And you see here, I can adjust this any way I want. And I've got that arm on there. I am planning to have another strobe on here, but I've run short of these. I've got to order some more. And then what strobe am I going to put on? I'm just going to put something like 800 lumens. That I've got this old solar. It's not been very reliable. That's why you never see it in my videos, because it switches on and then drains itself, which is really annoying. So I'm just going to try this as a lightweight 800 lumen video light. If it works, I'll just buy the equivalent one from Orca Torch, because they're really, really reliable. So I'll also be able to have a bit more light if the subject's a bit bigger. So what goes in here, of course, is my Hero 9 macro. That just clips in there, and then I'm ready to go. Right. I may have to shorten this just so I can get correct focus on there. But we're going to give it a try anyway. So I may actually shorten this leg just to make the distance a bit shorter. What I can do is just chop that ball off. But again, I'm going to experiment. I'm going to see what sorts of results I get with it. It might be that the times 10 works out better than the times 15. I don't know. And then you see here, I can light above the subject, and I've got the snoot, which just screws off. So I'm really, whoops, it's moving. So I'm really looking forward to using that. Yeah, another gripe I've got with Orca Torch Solar Screw Hunter, you see this here, I am going to have to Loctite that in. You know, they did say to me, oh, it looks like we've not used enough adhesive, and I know they're going to fix this problem because I've been in contact with them. But if you buy one at next stock at the moment, you're going to have to Loctite that in, right, because it's annoying when you move it. Small gripe, and I know they're on it. I know they're on it. So yeah, I've got to think of something to do with that snoot so I don't lose it if I take it off underwater. The only other thing I'm going to modify on this Oh, it doesn't go in so easy, does it? There we go. So yeah. So, and these all just nicely fold away. You know, you can fold these out of the way like that. Ready for your dive. Yeah, nice and easy. So these handles are rubbish. Look at that. So these are coming off. I generally use gloves when I'm filming for a better grip, and sometimes I may have to put my finger down, and you never know what might bite your finger, particularly in the dark. So I always have a glove on. So these are coming off. I'll just cut those off with a box cutter. If I need more grip, I'll just put very thin 2mm rope around and make it, you know, fully tight, and that'll be there. So yeah, that's my kind of macro tripod setup. Looking forward to using that. I'm not taking it to the Maldives, you know. I can only carry so much stuff. So yeah, that's where we are on it all. Next video will be how I disassemble this and pack it all away. Thanks for watching. If you've liked this edition, you know, give the old subscribe button a hit, and if you've liked what I've done with my stuff, give me a big thumbs up. Thanks very much.